Hey, welcome Facebook. It is Bruce Gregori, and you know what time it is. It's the Sunday show. It is definitely live with Bruce Gregori and at Jazz. And today, of course, as usual, we are powered up by my friends of Ecam from the UK. Um, we got a kind of an interesting shows planned today. Some off the cuff stuff, but I wanted to do some Sunday streaming today. You know, normally I have my Sunday show in West Hartford, Connecticut. So big shout out to Weehaw. But we're doing it from the home studio today, keeping everything safe and real. So before I get started with anything happening today, I got to give a quick shout out, as usual, to my sponsors, Razor's Edge, keeping my cabinets and my sound working correctly. Thanks so much to Razor's Edge. I can't go a show without thanking my sponsor, GHS Strings. And if you're interested in any strings, please send me a note and let me know that you're interested in strings, and I can hook you up with that. Um, Also, Benedetto Guitars out of Savannah, Georgia. Howard Benedetto. We're powered up with Benedetto today, so thanks so much for those folks for keeping me strung up. And Jackson Evans will be on the show as a guest coming up soon, so we'll have an announcement around that. My good friend Jeffrey Ding at Speak Friends Cables. You know, Jeffrey's just a great guy, and check out their cables. Cloth wire, Megami like, and nitric ends. Fantastic sound. We're powered up by those today, and I think that's about it. Um, So we have a kind of a good show. I'm gonna play a few tunes. If you're out there and you're listening on Facebook, I know Cynthia's out there. She sent me a note already, and might be a few other folks out there listening today. But if you are on our Sunday brunch show, please send me a note, and I'm gonna play a few tunes and take a few questions and all that. I think what I'll do is I got a guest today. Now, this is a special guest. I know I made the announcement before because I don't want to sit here the whole time and talk. You probably want to hear me play instead. But I had an announcement about some special guests coming up, and we have kind of a pre-show guest today. Now he was unplanned, but he's been very active today and sending me messages letting me know that he wishes he could come on the show. And without further ado, we have my good friend, Cookie Ramos. Cookie, come up here, brother. Up here, up here, up here. Ah, it's Cookie Ramos, and he is on the At Jazz show with me. Now, we had to send Cookie a message, because it's please do not defecate on the camera. That's a big thing for him. And he knows he's not supposed to do that, but he's pretty happy to be on the show today with us. And big shout out to Cookie. He's doing a great job. That's right. And so he's about done. His guest appearance is over. He's had enough, and he's going away. Goodbye, Cookie. Yeah. So Cookie Ramos on the Ad Jazz show. And just a reminder to Cookie to not piss on the camera. That would be a good thing. So I'm going to play a few tunes. If you're around, send me a message. I appreciate that. And, we'll keep it real today. I hope you all doing well this rainy Sunday afternoon. Now, like I said, normally I have my Sunday show up in Connecticut on Sunday afternoon. So I'm kind of streaming for them, really. And letting them know that I'm playing. Man, Cookie's got a little bit of grease going on there. I gotta wipe that off, right? uh, Yeah. If you're not familiar with that tune, it's a tune by my man Pat Martino. Pat's a fellow Philadelphian like myself, and Pat wrote this tune called Cisco back in 1967. 67, his debut record. Pat was 22 years old. Man, it's a killer album if you have it. I have an original pressing. Unfortunately, I don't have it in my hands right now. Otherwise, I'd show you the cover. Hard to get a hold of, but you can buy a Japanese import. And great, great, great album by Mr. Pat Martino. Pat, as an aside, is going through some health issues, and he does have a GoFundMe account. So I encourage you to go out and seek that out if you are on the World Wide Web and see what's happening with Pat. Let's see what we got. We got a few messages. Oh, my goodness. From, I think it's Orlando, right? We got Ada Ramos. And she's saying hi. Hey, Ada, how's everything down there in Florida, man? I bet it's warmer than it is. Well, it's not too bad up here, but I'm sure it's a lot warmer up there. So hello, and good to see you tuned in. Mr. Richard Tiska from the past. What does Richard say? I can't read it, but I'm going to pull it on screen. You got me big screen. That's a scary thought, man. Yeah, that's right, man. It's all right. Personal concerts, it's just the way to go, right? It might be the wave of the future. This might be not a bad turnout for live musicians, in all honesty. It's kind of like on demand, right? You don't have to leave your house, and drinks are a lot cheaper, that's for sure. Good to see you, Rich, and definitely say hi to everyone on your end. I appreciate that. So I think I'm gonna play another tune because I've been talking a lot. I had a request yesterday by Mr. Reed Miller. Reed, if you're out there listening today, I hope you are. You might be playing yourself. Lean Years, which is actually is the name of the album that the tune I just played by Pat Martino, another Pat Martino tune. So I figured I'd roll that one in today, you know. Check it out. The song was Lean Years by Mr. Pat Martino. Great song. If you have not checked it out now, as I said, that was recorded on the album Strings. And that album is Pat Martino's debut album in 1967. He was 22 years old, man, and he just blows his face off on that record. You cannot buy that, to my knowledge, on CD. It is only a vinyl pressing, and I do believe it's out of print, but you can find an original pressing. I myself have one of those, a signed copy, but no less, and just a great album. That particular song on the original pressing is a little bit different, but if you search on the web, you can definitely find out more recent recordings of Pat Martino's Lean Years, and I will tell you, you will not be disappointed on his linear approach to guitar. I learned a lot from that man. Before I go on, I want to make sure that if you're interested and you want to contribute to help me keep making videos like this during these times, please, I encourage you to navigate out to my Patreon page, which is right there. And what you can do is on my Patreon page, you can contribute just $1 a month. It is. You know, that really what that does is it entitles you to a lot of content that I'm not streaming free, and a lot of extra kind of items like that. Specifically, if you're a musician, you're interested in Solo Artist Toolkit, things like that, and how to be a better performer and what have you, that will definitely help you out for sure. So, back live. There we go. All right. Once again, I got to thank everyone for tuning in today. Let me just take out some comments. See who we have on here. We got Mr. Cisco. Hannah Pro, good to see you. Good to see you. Yep. Ada. Tommy Ferdon. What does Tommy say? Let's pull him out. Listening on the road to New Mexico. Swinging. Yeah, man. I know you are out to better times out there in New Mexico. God bless, brother. God bless. Mario Souza, my man, keeping my cables running. Hot ones, yeah. Well, I'm trying to be, man. You know, it's the times that we got living. So, and good to see you. I hope you're doing well and everybody on your end. And let's see, Hollis Gould. Ah, nice, man. Yeah, you know, I try to keep it real here, brother. Trying to keep it real. And my man, JT. Oh, that's great, man. And he is. I talked to Jamaaladeen, just to let you know, I did talk to Jimmy Bruno on Friday, who you probably also know, another Philadelphia man like all of us. And he's going to be a guest on the show as well as yourself. And folks, if I haven't mentioned it again, we do have a host of issues at Jazz that we're going to cover. And Mr. Jamaaladeen Tacuma, if you don't know who he is, Ornette Coleman fame, and also his band. Now, let me get this right because I didn't practice this, JT, is Freeform Funky Freaks. I got to make sure that's correct. I'm not sure, but let's make. But if you want to talk about some low-end bass, and if you need good threads, check out my friend JT, because he's got Red Carpet Stylings. I think that's the name of the company as well. He is a good man. And so I did talk to, as I said, Jimmy Bruno on Friday, and Jimmy's going to be a guest on this show as well as yourself. And we just talked about Pat. I kind of did my tribute to him today and played a few of his tunes. And he's a good guy. I know he's having some health issues these days, and you know, he's a good man though, man. Hopefully we'll keep him strong, because we need these jazz cats to stay alive and teach us all guys like what it's like to play in the trenches, right? Yes, sir. And oh, my man, Kurt Gimme. Yeah, man. Friends from back in the day, man. Remember those crazy times? 1:30 in the morning, playing and slaying, throwing people out. That's what I like, brother. And I know you're playing yourself. And you know what, Kurt? Once this thing all settles down, we'll get together and do an event for you folks. And looking forward to that. Good to see you also on the Fat Tuesday at our folks at Plan B. And friends, don't forget, every Wednesday night we were doing our thing at the Half Door. Locals 8's, another place that I played for before we had the shutdown here in the United States. But once we get back online, please come out and see us. As I said, we have many guests coming on the show that are lined up, and one is none other than Hartford's own Ken Laster. And Ken is a great guy. Hartford Jazz Society supports live jazz in the city, and not only in Hartford but in other areas too. And so, as I mentioned, just shouting out to Kurt. That group is a good group, and everybody's going through tough times now, but we're gonna overcome. So, you know what? I'm gonna play one more tune, and then I'm gonna sign it out. I think I couldn't end the day. I've been doing guitar players all day, and I think I might end something with something minor, but I was thinking about ending it with a Wes Montgomery tune. Wes is near and dear to my heart, so I think I'm going to do that. Unit 7, you know, I misspoke. Unit 7 is a tune not written by Wes Montgomery, but I should know who that's too, probably in the back of my head. But I always think of that recording at live at the half note with the Wynton Kelly trio, and I heard him play Unit 7, and I think he really popularized that tune with that recording. So if you haven't checked that out, live at the half note, Wes Montgomery, I believe, I want to say it's 1962, but I'm not exactly sure about that. So I got to give one more shout out to all my friends who tuned in. Joe Grotto, good to see you, man. Again, another sunny side Monday nights, jazz at Sanger Hall. And Tom Burbank, man, how come we don't have no selfie today, man, with your wife Sandy? You know, so we'll have to kind of get that whole thing. If you do have Skype, hit me up and we'll do something virtually because funny story. Tom won't mind me telling this story, but before I sign off quickly, I was playing at a gig in Hartford one night, and he and his wife, I think girlfriend at the time, were sitting at a table by the side of me, and they were taking pictures, and I kept, spamming their pictures while they were taking them because their camera was faced towards me, and so they have a bunch of them, and they're looking through them, and I'm in like every one. So it kind of became a thing when they started to come to gigs. They'd take pictures that way, and it worked out pretty fun. So again, thanks for everyone for tuning in. All my friends, I appreciate it. We will see you on the Monday show tomorrow. Once again, I got to give a shout out to Razor's Edge, Benedetto Guitars, GHS Strings, Speak Friends Cables, and of course, my man who tuned in today, Mr. Cookie Ramos. Let's give a shout out to Cookie, and there he is. And of course, we're going to give Cookie one more reminder. Please do not piss on camera. Cookie, please do not do that. So thanks so much, and we will see you all tomorrow. Peace.